2020 read. I'm just looking through the divination book for your one that I've selected for you guys. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, as well as I cover the astrology, and I do twin flame updates during the month, which I'm telling you, my guide's telling me we really need to do a twin flame update. So let's have a look at the ruin for you. How are we all, Taurus? We have the planet linking to your first house in retrograde at the moment. Swan, okay. Well, that's funny. I mentioned twin flame, and this ruin directly links to swan energy. I'm going to pull the cards, and I'll leave that there. Let's see what's coming up. Oh, okay. I don't know why this has been coming up. I feel dizzy energy. Now, the dizzy energy might be that you've been going over something in your mind. You've been working with things, maybe feeling a little bit run down, trying to get things done. And it can even be really deep fatigue energy. Now, let's have a look at your chart. Where am I at? Okay, self-esteem energy, communication is all coming up for you in your second house. So again, devil in the detail, really looking over your paperwork, looking over the things that you need to achieve. Some of you may be, in a sense, might be needing to walk. Now, I don't know why that's coming up. It's like de-stressing, actually doing something at a level that is very social, that is lighter in frequency than just the A to B, eat, pray, repeat, so to speak. Also, there might have been a lot of themes coming up, and a car comes up for you guys. So if maybe there were issues to do with a vehicle and needing a car, don't be surprised if there is the energy there of which you guys might be looking at that. So between now and mid-September, that may be themes coming up for you. Let's see. Don't know why. How are we all doing? Don't see anyone in the house at the moment, so it must be connecting up. Just pulling your cards for your romance. Taurus, yes, we're here to do Taurus. Now, I've pulled the divination card. I've had a little bit of a chit-chat. You haven't missed much. Now, if you are wanting a booking, you can go to the link below. If you haven't subscribed and you're new, a very warm welcome. And I'm hoping it's streaming okay, because with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, which is your first house placement, there can be also issues with the intranet. Now, the ruin that you have links to Birch, links to Swan, and the constellation Cancer. So for you guys, the placement of Cancer is in your third house, which is communication. There can be short journeys. It's very Mercury orientated. Some of you may get communication to a divine partnership, because the bird that this links to is also swan, but it is both intuition and earth. It's water and earth. So you're wanting to get a situation going that is both grounded and emotional in nature. Now, in the mundane of this ruin, it links to nurturing, nourishment, mother, fertility, beauty, healing, and growth. Esoteric, it's earth mother, spiritual growth, sustenance. In the reverse, neglect, sterility, and intimate perversion. And I'm using my words carefully because I have respect for the algorithm on YouTube. Let's get into the read. Some of you might be having dream states of a child. Some of you might be having dream states of a birthing of a new situation. Others of you, if you are in a connection, be it the connection is yours, your side of the fence, their side of the fence, there may be an energy of a tribe-related dynamic that is getting resolved. Now, much of that was coming through in August. The reason being we had Venus in Cancer, and Cancer does relate to the home, the fourth house placement, psychological foundation, domestic issues, endings, parents, and home. So with that, because it's in the energy of Venus, it's judgment energy. There was the weighing of the coin back and forward to try and balance home-related dynamics out in order to move a situation forward. Now, this can be on your side of the fence or another person's side of the fence. What you've got coming through is there may have been in the past a lot of delays. So you feel indefinitely, is this going to take a long time? Many of you are tuning into the aspect of what has been going on, both in your life and connected to other individuals. And it does feel that you had to change your approach in which you were handling the situation. You also may have a spiritual understanding that it is required for them to change the approach in which they are handling a situation. So it's not, I'm hearing it's not one-sided. Now, I'm going to pull some clarifiers because there's a little bit of energy coming up where you may be feeling currently, yeah, I feel this is more an energy of vanity. Now, vanity, it's, how do I place it? You may feel with the situation that they may be bit off a bit more than they could chew. And potentially they're not seeing something from a perspective of what it really stands. Moving into the 9th, you will find these energies will transform because we do have Mars going retrograde on the 9th. And for that, it does link to the energy of Mars. So for you, Mars is hitting your 12th house. So psychically, you're going to tune into this. It's you know something's coming. It's a purge of the ego. And it is linked to an external situation that you're wanting to move forward. Now, this can be in your career. It can also be linked to a romantic partnership, which I'm feeling for most of you. It is linked to a tying up of a loose end. And even masculine energies, because Mars and Jupiter linked to masculine energies. So the transformation inside of that and waiting to get your harvest, waiting to have this physical movement. You know how this is going to go. So even if in the 3D you're going back and forward and you're coming back to a very, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. This is not changing. I keep hearing this too shall pass. The strength I do feel between now and the 6th, we're going to have Venus and Leo. So what that's going to mean is the strength of your energy and their energy with anything you're directly operating with and dealing with. You're going to have, there's a delay till then. That's what I'm hearing. With the movement forward, with Venus entering Leo, we do have to be careful of ego. It is also sun energy, so a perspective, some clarity, seeing things from a different perspective. You will be relieved, but up until that point, it's almost like you're alchemizing and getting into your vortex of where you're at. Trying not to do another person's work, but maybe having the trigger points emotionally and spiritually connected to that. And I really do feel it is about alignment at the moment. Many, be it for you, Taurus, whether you're a female or a male, we have the yin and yang. We have both inside us. So from a perspective of what you're working on, with it being in the 12th house, thinking about where you had power, thinking about where power was taken from you, what you'd been fighting for what reason, was it on your side of the fence? It's very psychological in nature being in the 12th house. If you can see the deeper reasons and the knowingness that each of us have our own power, that each of us do reach a pivotal point of understanding that we're not happy with the situation, it's almost like we need to disengage from the thought process of we're ignorant and we can't see something, a lesson can't be learned energetically because it's actually happening as we speak. 2020 is really the ascension of masculine energies, both inside ourselves and connected to masculine energies individually. So we're having on the 9th, Mars is going retrograde. More energy will come towards them. Then we have on the 13th, Jupiter going direct, which is Capricorn energy, accountability, what we need to do energetically to move forward. Then at the end of the month, we have Saturn going direct in Capricorn, very karmic in nature. Again, movement forward. Now, everything we've learned, everything we've viewed, really it coming to us very fast with the Mars energy, having to tackle those things and move forward physically. Now, anything you're investing in, be it it's with your own finances or it's direct people, places and things, I feel you guys are being very strict. And again, it is due to the psychology surrounding things and creating healthy boundaries. You're taking a more mature approach when it does come to what you invest in, what you do with your time, and your physical cash component. So I feel, you know, you're preparing. That's what I'm hearing. You're preparing for the rainy day. You're tightening your budget. I don't feel you're living like a pauper. I just feel when we do get to that, it's because we're in lack energy, in the vortex frequency. Again, clear the lower chakras and do some heart chakra clearing. We do have the energy of Virgo coming through in astrology at the moment, which is higher heart chakra. Aries and Chiron is also higher heart chakra. So clear the heart chakra. And what you'll find is you'll be able to directly manifest the abundant frequency. It's going to channel and come directly towards you. In a sense of inner child wounds and co-creativity, the yellow chakra, balancing that is also going to protect you. Now, psychologically, you're unsure if you have what it takes. You know, some of you, this may be maybe you're not resonating with your career field or what you're working on. Some of you, it could even be because there's such heavy Aries energy coming through, you could be actually tuning into a Aries individual, or that you are linking into an energy that needs to transform and take their power back, and you're feeling a little bit triggered by it. What's being shown here is whatever you're working on, be it it's a direct employment or it's something in a sense of work, or you're trying to seek employment, all of those areas are really saying that new energy is coming in. You know, try not to get too stuck in the third eye energy of everything staying the same, because it's really transforming. There you go, really transforming. No sooner did I say it, did I come out? Okay, hopes, dreams, aspirations, goals, friendship groups, all of those things at the moment are becoming a little bit overwhelming for you, which does make sense because you have Neptune and Pisces in retrograde in your 11th house. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it may be some of those things don't resonate with you anymore. And maybe you're doing too much for everyone, but you're shifting the focus outside of yourself and not onto yourself. Again, Capricorn energy is deeply accountable. So, you know, for you, Taurus, it might become a little bit of a burden. Try and look at what you can control and what you can't. Some of you are trying to remove yourselves because you're picking up on energy. This doesn't even have to be your energy. It can be energy surrounding those frequencies. The other day I went out to the shop, and I've been a psychic from a child. I've been developing it. And I have really learnt to manage the energy of tuning into people. So we don't even need to be near them. We can think about them and we can channel their energy. We directly embody it. What I did notice was about 2 to 3 days ago, I went out in Mother Nature. I was incredibly anchored in, and then went to the shops because my daughter needed something, and I could feel everybody's vibration. And the reason being is because we do have Aries and Chiron, so people are very triggered at the moment. There's that wounds coming out. We had Venus and Cancer, family-related dynamics in a child. So you're tapping into the collective. So what you need to do is breathe in and breathe out and disown it. And you can get a smudge stick. You can clear your chakra on your crown to close it in so that you can't get psychically attacked. Every reading apart from yours has had Tumbaline come up, which I'd still deeply advise that for you. Psychic protection and the energy of the 11th house for you, you need to protect yourself against energy vampires. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. It's just tuning into some dynamic that they're working on. The self-mastery energy of ascension is to do with the fact that initially we go into hermit mode. We go through a purgatory experience. It can look like the dark night of the soul. It can be like a midlife crisis. It's a rejection of the old paradigm. After that factor, you're really, really upgrading to the point you will be deeply psychic, and it's developing that art so you can protect your auric field. So when you sense something, you don't have to live there. You need to tune out of it. What you do is you can breathe in. You're like, oh, I'm feeling some vibration from some location. Breathe in, breathe out. And then you can even click your fingers and think of something else. Then you're shutting that energy out so it can't deplete your auric field. So just be really super aware of those energies around you due to a tribe-related dynamic. And I'm telling you, this is real. These readings are coming through very karmic in nature, but not from a bad perspective of a tying up of loose ends. The number 9 links to, it can be the Hermit card. It's also a completion, nearing a completion. September is very much that vibration. So this new start, you know, some of this is on hold. You're being very cautious. And I don't feel it's on your side of the fence. I think it's due to an external situation and an upgrade that the collective is having. If you can stay in alignment and step back and observe this, you're going to be, it's not forever. It's a temporary energy. Let me pull a crystal on that. You can say maybe how some people are reacting to situations. You may also have an egoic experience because of Venus moving on the 6th into Leo, of a perspective of what particular individuals should be doing. Again, come back to self and breathe. It's transforming. I am healthy and strong thanks to physical movement and exercise. Healing your inner child wounds with the 2 lower chakras. Movement and dance can really shake that energy out. And again, knowledge is gold. Support physical strength training. Increase time in sunlight for good, healthy bones. Amplify physical movement and increase good health. Now, the Virgo energy also was bringing that up. It's OCD energy. It's getting things done, perfectifying, but you can't do it all alone. In your own life, yes, you can, but you can't own external energy. So family members might have felt a little bit off. If you have children, yes, they may have felt a little bit off. You might be incredibly guilty trying to be everything. Very Venus and Cancer. Especially if you're a single parent. So if anything to that degree is coming up for you, balance it out, heal the third eye, get grounded, put your energy into creativity or getting grounded, because you're going to have more clarity by the end of the month. Your heart's desires are coming. You're going to have clarity, but just try and not own what others are thinking. Now, what's coming up in your love life? And again, a similar situation happened. There is something happening on partner's side, be it you with them or not. There is a transformation happening in this individual's life. Now, what's going on with you is a lot of triggers are coming up. You might be looking at the past and maybe psychoanalyzing it and thinking, hey, you know, where did I not see that? Has this been the deal? Concerned again about children, maybe the way people are perceiving you and receiving you, and also feeling very tense, feeling of abandonment, that things aren't getting off the ground. Also wanting your power back, so there can be a push-pull frequency going on. This is probably because you are tuning into this individual. Their energies surrounding you, they're actually entering into your vortex. And you're needing to learn how to actually balance that so you're not absorbing, and then you can change the channel. Once you do that, you'll see physical movement. So at the moment, this person that you're romantically connected to, either spiritually, psychically, or that is coming towards you, you can even be in the connection with them. There is a balance of karma happening. Now, this can be legalities, contracts, marriages, contracts, partnerships, imbalances. Between now and October, I feel this is transforming and changing. But I do feel the depth of the transformation is actually happening this month. We are in a completion month. The give and take in situations is being learnt, and also to do with any energies that are harsh and cruel. It is so this person can own their power and transform it themselves, because it has caused stagnation, and it is a very heavy energy to be in. Yeah, not feeling emotionally balanced. They've got this card, and I'll just let you read it, because I'm not going to try and... My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving manner. So what's going on? Again, as I mentioned, this cruel energy that's coming through. This card's in reverse, which means it's a very toxic environment. It's a toxic situation, or it's an unstable situation that has not kind of leveled out and plateaued. Understanding the underlying cause of challenges in relationships. Balance the mind and emotions, good connections with supportive friends and family. It's an old cycle and the reason the stagnation is there is so that they can learn how to clear this energy, how to make peace with it. I mean, you know, if you were second guessing a situation and you were delaying the inevitable, it is a soul healing. So whatever the soul healing is, this lesson this month is really going to be magnified so that they can liberate themselves. Yeah, not letting go. What they didn't let go of could be a tribe-related dynamic. Not having the strength by the 6th, this is going to shift. Having to do this on their own. And after the fact, they're going to be grateful for this lesson, you know, actually moving. They're grateful for what they had, making peace with it, and then learning to follow their passion and having the strength to do such. Yeah, because what it's blocking is happiness. It's blocking time to be the higher vibration self. So it's all there to suppress, to liberate. That's what I'm saying. How are we all doing anyway? Who do we have in the house that's Taurus? I'll see what else. As I'm clearing the cards, I'll look up at the chart and I'll see any other channeled energies coming through. Some of you, I think, I'm seeing children. I see a group of children. There might be a message to do with children coming through. And this could be family, it could be memories of childhood, but it can be children, family members, cousins. Let's see your chart. Some of you have been working very hard on balancing. This can be your diet, your appearance, your demeanor. And I do feel between, you know, where you are and what you want, the give and take in situation. Some of you romantically may be connected to a Libra. This could be energetically, it might be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But I'm also feeling that around, if you're wanting any movement, I do feel connected to a karmic ending. It is linked between now and the end of the month, but really bouncing off by October, very heavily so. Psychically, I feel you're going to tune into it. Also, you learn a lot of lessons to do with sharing energy with other people. Most of that has been completed for you. You're now moving towards depending on yourself and creating that inside yourself and communicating your truth. So there is this huge growth. Some of you, if you've ended a cycle and you're having a divorce or anything to that degree, I do feel, you know, don't tap into it's never going to be. If some of you are feeling it's impossible, what I'm being shown is, yes, it is possible. But it's going to be more a spiritual connection over a technical 3D traditional connection. You've really changed. So what you're needing is very different. It needs more sustenance. It needs, you know, the social aspects of things, the pastimes, the communication, than just a traditional, you know, 3D marriage style white picket fence. You know, something in you's changed. You're more, you've been there, done that. That's what I'm hearing. So it's either you've seen it, you've observed it, you've maybe felt you don't resonate with it. Something in that's changed. So again, if you have been waiting to end a cycle and you're going through divorce proceedings, sharing of assets and things to that degree, yes, it's coming up and it is finalizing. A lot of it is the devil in the detail and making sure that you read your paperwork, follow things up between now and October. Definitely keep on the ball with it. And some aspect of healing is coming to clear that. So if people have been really holding on too tight and not letting go of things, you'll find it's really going to amp up in September to complete those things because it will be reciprocal in nature. Pay attention to your psychology. Don't get caught up in your head. Try not to fight yourself over what you're sensing and feeling. There's nothing wrong with you being strong. I'm hearing what's wrong with being independent. But it can also be your home. You may find you're very protective of home in the next month. Some of you are seeking a home, and if you are seeking a home, you will find a home potentially in the next few weeks. There could be movement with that. There could also be intention to change something to strengthen your foundation. There also could be wounds coming up to home, and it could be very pig-headed in a sense, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean clashes of wills with thought processes and belief systems. What else am I saying? Pay attention to your health and animals between now and October. And with your luck and children, if you're dealing with anything to do with children, try and let go a little bit. There could be some health-related dynamic that's coming up in that area. Maybe you're needing to really work out what it is, but it's also, there could be a mirror going on where they're feeling your vibration and they're kind of empathically tagging onto it. Just be really careful. You know, sometimes there can be overwhelm of information, and their energy could be hearing things maybe that's going on, and it's causing, you know, energy fluctuation. So just be cautious, because I'm seeing heirs listening to scenarios, whoever that is. Anyhow, I'll pull 3 cards and we'll wrap it up. Which one? This one. Thank you. We're getting there. And I really don't like the angle of this camera at the moment. We're here to do the readings, not look at my head. Okay, what are the last messages for Taurus, please? Okay, if you had any question as to... I have to call them back. Oh, telephone's been very busy today. If you have had any question as to... Yes, it can be. If a person is in love with you, yes. The reality is yes. Most of you are moving into the Mars energy. You're defending it, but again, remember, Mars is in your crown chakra. So if you're fighting yourself for it, don't do that. Release the memories of it. Release the fear. You're moving out of the storm. Okay? So just let it go. It is a frequency you're tuning into, and I'll be back later. I'm going to go be Secretary Yildiz and come back again. I love you. Sorry.